Well, guys,
Well,
welcome to podcast. This actually is 5 this
Number
time, so we
5.
got it wrong last week. This is podcast 5,
Hello.
so it's an absolute pleasure to be here. We have got the king of Ulster Rugby,
The king.
Mr. Andy Trimble.
The king.
Yeah.
He's here.
Pleasure to be here. mate.
Okay, no, it's great to be here.
Yeah.
I've never been introduced
Yeah.
As the
The
king.
king.
like that before.
Do you
but
feel like a king?
I don't feel very royal.
Kingish.
I don't feel
Well, I think
kingly.
I think you look at this. You look at.
But yeah, no, feeling good. Freshly retired
Yeah.
and enjoying what I'm up to now.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, Andy, first of all, how are you doing? You're having a good day so far? Life's
So
good?
far so good. Yeah. After this, I've got my business partner's kind of cracked the whip.
Okay.
No.
He's got me.
Straight in.
Being tasked
Oh dear.
the rest of the day, so got my head in a lot.
Get that old 9 to 5 now, mate.
Yes, this is exactly. Yeah, so this is all.
It's not easy rugby anymore.
I know. No, it's not coffees between sessions.
Exactly. Lounging about, you know.
I absolutely hate to do this, but for people that have been living under rocks for years and years that might not know who you are, what you do, who are you?
No, I'd say that's fairly common.
You think it's very common? I'm not sure. I know Ireland.
Yeah, so should I talk to you or should I talk to
You can just
Top
in
jobs.
between?
Go between.
Yeah.
So anyway, I played professional rugby for 13 years for Ulster and Ireland, and I kind of broke through into the Ulster squad when I was 20. I'm 33 now, freshly retired, and I've got, I suppose I've been institutionalised and learned one way of life, one skill set, a skill set that I think is transferable, but certainly there's a lot of stuff I'm getting used to. I'm really enjoying kind of not experiencing that weekly pressure to perform, and just enjoying feeling like I'm my own boss, and spend more time weekends hanging out with the kids a little bit more, family, and kind of really enjoying a new pace of life.
Awesome.
fantastic.
That's great.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so like obviously you've had a lot of experiences over the last time in rugby, but like what could you sort of pinpoint maybe some things that you felt that have been transferable over to your obviously you've only started in the workplace now, but can you say there's anything that you've done in rugby that you feel that can really transfer across?
Yeah, I think as my career developed, I kind of developed as a person, as a player as well. My role kind of developed and changed, became, I suppose, a little bit more of a senior player as my career went on. Naturally, that's going to happen. I spent one season as Ulster captain. I was in a senior players group, and I kind of gradually developed more leadership characteristics, which was good for my personal development as well.
Did you find that you had to mature quite quickly? Being kind of in the public eye all of a sudden, if you're 20, straight in?
Well, stuff like, I think whenever you're in that environment, you do have to grow up quite quickly, and I find that actually when young guys come into the squad, 19, 20, and they're a lot more, they mature a lot quicker than they do elsewhere. I know whenever I meet youngsters, like students elsewhere, I sort of think you seem a lot younger than the guys your age that we experience or we spend time within the squad.
And what would you attribute that maturing, like why does somebody mature quicker?
Yeah, I think the responsibility and what's going to be required of you, and the fact that there's no hiding place. If you get an opportunity, you have to take it. And for me, I was 20 when I got my first game. How did you get into that? Was it through school or was it? Oh, it was my dad's influence.
Okay.
I mean, he was a rugby player, so I was exposed to rugby at an early age, and I loved the game. But when I was younger, playing the game of rugby, it was
Korean man.
That's right,
Koreans. Massive. Big up to Korean massive.
Koreans no such school anymore.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
They've amalgamated with a girls' school.
Oh wow.
Town, so it's Korean grammar.
Oh sorry, I
My
get that wrong.
goodness.
Factually incorrect. It's
My
not
goodness.
Korean.
That must be very
That's a
recent.
great school, that.
Yeah, it's 3-4 years ago.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
sad.
wow.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I-
Oh,
So
wow,
the
sorry,
school I went
no.
to ceases to exist.
Well, there you
Oh,
go. So,
yeah.
you're schoolless.
Well, anyway, I'm school. What was I going to
So
say?
it's kind of like early. When did you think rugby could be an opportunity here?
When I was 17, 18,
Okay.
I kind of started to develop and started to feel like I was being a little bit more dominant on the rugby pitch, feeling like there was an opportunity to kick on and turn professional, but I wasn't kind of naive enough. Every kid thinks that. Every kid wants to be a pro.
Yeah, of course.
Did you play underage? I don't know if we had a conversation about that. Did you play underage rugby for?
Yeah, I played Ulster schools, Ireland schools.
Yeah.
Back then it was Ulster 20s, or sorry, 21s.
Oh, okay,
Ireland 21s.
Yeah.
Whereas now it's it's not even Ulster schools anymore, is it? It's sort of 17s, 18s.
It was 18s and 20s when I was doing it.
Yeah. So we're different generations.
Jesus, I'm feeling
I
old now.
could be your father.
I know. Luke.
Anyway, we'll keep it back on track. We'll probably do that regularly.
Exactly. Digressing into random areas.
So I always wanted to kind of do rugby full time because I just loved it more than anything else. But I went to uni, studied, kind of went through the motions, and kind of just looked after myself and made sure that there was an opportunity there to do something else if that didn't work out. Because I'm aware that it doesn't work out for everyone. But so what you're asking about, why do kids
mature?
Why do they mature more quickly? In my experience, you get an opportunity, 2 or 3 opportunities when you're young. As a winger, as a kind of type front 5, as a hooker or prop or second row, you might get those opportunities a little bit later. But as a winger, you kind of you're ready to go at the age of 20, 21. So I got my opportunity at 20. I took it. And then I got 1 or 2 opportunities more, and kind of stepping up the intensity. Magners League as it was, the domestic league, then European, then international. I kind of tick the box at every stage, but there's so much pressure because if you fail at one of those early on, if you muck up your one opportunity, you've mucked up 100% of the times you've played in European or international. So I think that's why kids kind of appreciate. How I perform in the next 6 months when you break through kind of sets a tone a little bit. And if you go well, then you get a grace period, and then you can afford to have a few poor performances. Because if you don't go well, you're under pressure straight away. So I think kids have to grow up. As well as that, as a professional, you start to get paid a little bit more than your mates at uni. Of course. And all of a sudden you might have to get a mortgage and kind of grow up that sort of way as well. So I think just
a lot of responsibility.
The whole environment, you got all that kind of stuff. You just have to grow up.
How did you find being at university and playing for Ulster? What was that like?
I really enjoyed the balance. Especially, I did physics for a year. And then changed to theology.
Smart cookie.
Smart man.
Well, I mean,
we did website graphic design. I thought we were the king dings, Yeah,
but I mean, I dropped out of physics.
At least you started this.
Well, I say change.
We didn't get in. We're looking to get into university.
Changed.
Exactly, changed.
Strategically changed.
Changed just before I was about to get kicked out. What was I going to say? So most of my experience was I did physics full time for a year, and then changed course. By that stage, I broke through and was playing full time rugby. So I had to study part time, just did a couple of modules a year, that kind of way. And I was studying theology at the Bible College in Dunmurry, Belfast Bible College, 3 Queens. And
good experience at uni?
Yes, it was. Yes. But if Queens is a different environment to rugby, the Bible College is infinitely more different, and the exposure to 2 totally different cultures I thought was really, really interesting. Just an interesting way to kind of go into class on a Tuesday afternoon when you're not training and just think, this is so different to my day today.
That's something interesting. Could you have said, like, if you hadn't done that, would you have been more bored or a bit more like unsure what to do today? Or
I think I could have filled the days okay. But I would have felt a little bit like I was underachieving. Having said that, your approach to performance when you're professional rugby player, it is all encompassing, and it
has to be.
Exactly. And I think there's so much more about that performance. It's 80 minutes on a Friday night, but the whole build up to it. It's all encompassing, and it's all you're kind of ticking boxes throughout the week and kind of getting ready for performance and kind of engineering your performance. And as I grew up and kind of matured into the way I looked at playing rugby, that changed and matured, and I started taking more ownership of it as I developed more leadership qualities or traits, I suppose. And because of that, because there is so much more goes on in the week, then I did find it a little bit more difficult to contribute to study whenever this big thing. People just think it's 80 minutes on Friday night. There's so much going on. Even just mentally, there's so much going on in your head. You've got this weight of expectation of performance, expectation from press, supporters, teammates, family, I was going to say, but they wouldn't.
It's a lot to deal with. It's a 21-year-old.
So it does. You have to grow up very quickly.
And then so just go back to sort of your first matches for Ulster and then first matches for Ireland. Was there like a difference? Did you feel that you were obviously the maturity levels would have changed?
What age were you when you had your first match for Ireland?
I had just turned 21.
My
Oh
goodness.
wow,
That's young.
Yeah,
And how did that come about?
So
give the guys a little bit of information.
okay, so
You can look at the right at them because they're all staring right at you.
yeah, no, it's awkward.
Sorry, me.
So November 2015 was when I played my first game. It was against Australia. But rewind back to June earlier in that year, and I hadn't played for Ulster. I'd been training in the squad for a year, and I was playing Ireland under 21s at the World Cup in Argentina. We had the time of our lives because it was so, again, a new kind of experience. It was all the lads my age. We were all like-minded,
Just
enjoying
really
just
good
getting
fun.
on. Yeah, and not having any kind of older guys like nervousness in the squad. We were all just mates, and it was brilliant. And we were all rugby dorks. We all just loved it, and we were getting up. The Lions were playing that year. We got up, set our alarm for the middle of the night for the Lions Test match against New Zealand. And that was famously the time Brandon Driscoll got tipped upside down and wrecked his shoulder.
Yes.
So it wasn't for a second that I thought that was going to be my opportunity. You know, obviously disappointed for Brian. I had never met him at the time, but good news for me.
Yeah, it was great news for you.
But I never for a second thought that was going to be the outcome of that event. We went back to sleep, got up the next day, played our World Cup. We were pretty poor in that World Cup, but we had the cracks, so it didn't matter. And then the following year I had a big pre-season, and then I got a couple of opportunities, and then that November Bran was still injured, and I was playing 13 at the time, so I'd kind of big shoes to fill. Everybody's going, who's going to play 13?
Exactly.
And then they're like, this guy? I was there, that's me. So as much as I was feeling a lot of responsibility, filling the shoes of Brian when 13 went back, in the run up to my first cap, there was a fire on the terrace at the end of the pitch during the week. So whatever way it was kind of unstable, and they didn't allow any spectators into the terrace. So instead of, they didn't want it to look empty because there'd be no atmosphere, whatever. Or, I don't know, it just wouldn't look good. So instead of having it empty, they had a massive picture, a banner of Brandon Driscoll. I'm already under pressure here.
There's a massive face
and now
staring
this
at
guy's
me.
like watching me going, don't muck this up. So that was my experience.
So you're at uni, you're playing for Ulster, you're balancing a lot already, and then you've got the biggest shoes to fill at 21. That's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
And how would you say how did you cope with that pressure?
Was it at that time?
I really tried to relax and be myself and enjoy it as much as possible. David Humphries was on the bench that day, and he was a childhood hero of mine. Ballymena man.
Ballymena man. Surrounded by them, videographer, him. No, he's German there.
Never heard of David Humphries?
No. He doesn't even know what you're saying.
Local legend.
Local rugby player,
so he said to me...
He's famous, by the way, just to let you know.
Who? David Humphries? So he said to me, he said, Andrew, if you get a chance, just take a moment in a break of play and just look around the old Lansdowne Road, packed to the rafters. He said, just drink it in and enjoy it. I thought that was great.
That must be a lot of advice from someone like that.
Yeah, and just even to share the pitch with David from the first game. And it was then, it wasn't like that moment or nothing, but I remember just thinking, I'm absolutely loving this. We got beat and we probably didn't play that well, and I contributed a little bit, went okay, I suppose.
For a first test?
Yeah, exactly, and it was in the deep end again against Australia, so I that was a moment where I thought, I really want to do this.
That's cool.
Yeah. So that was it.
And obviously the performance was well received.
It was well enough received to get a few more caps.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And how many did you end up with then in total?
70.
A few more caps? A lot more than a few more.
Yeah.
We'll get a stat file there as well too. Everything. So that's incorrect. You're going to be
I'm not up yet. I know that is.
It's actually correct.
This is the
150.
Yeah.
Awesome. Really good.
And then did you find that you were glad to get uni finished up after that?
Oh, that took ages. Because I was part time, so my theology degree took me another 7 years or something.
7 years?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's hard to keep the concentrating on.
I know. And by the end, at the start, I really enjoyed it, and by the end of it, I was going.
But that's like any university course, like it's the same. You just want to get out of there, especially when you get into the real world.
Yeah.
So talking about that. So then, how was your? Probably fast forwarding way too quickly here, but in regards to your step from rugby to, you'll probably come back to the rugby chat anyway. But how did you feel your step from rugby went to the workplace? Was it a difficult one? Was it you made the decision at the very end to sort of.
That made it easier, because I was happy to move on. I wanted to move on. I was keen to kind of try a new challenge.
Yeah.
I didn't know exactly what that was going to look like because the opportunity for punditry or co-commentator that hadn't come up at that stage. But
you feel you could have stayed a year or two longer?
I feel like I could have stayed, but
I think that's the best way to do it though, because you physically it's better that way. Whereas if you come on, like for example, all the footballers do it. They go on, they just play rubbish, and then they get ridiculed, and you just be like, I don't know. That's just maybe my opinion on it.
No, I know. Well,
it's tougher.
I might have even experienced that last year a little bit. I just felt like I wasn't quite myself. I felt like I think when you hit 32, 33, I had a big pre-season last summer 2017, and I felt like I was exhausted starting the season, and I went in. And again, remember I was saying you get grace, or you get the other way around. If you start well, I started badly, and I had a couple of games, and I was just shoddy and a bit sluggish. And at the same time, there's youngsters, Robbie Little, Jacob Stockdale, these young fellas coming through, taking your place, and I just felt tired. You know, I just felt I'm a bit over this. You know. Now I've been in that position before, probably twice in my career, where I've sort of been starting to get a bit sluggish and I bounced back and come good again.
Cool.
But on this occasion, I didn't. I just didn't really have the fight in me anymore. I was happy to move on. Try something different.
What was the first time that happened? What age were you? The first time that happened?
I had a knee injury when I remember I got to 24 caps when I was younger than 24, and I remember my age overtook my caps, and I remember thinking, I hope this overtakes again.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
I remember thinking, and then another time whenever that happened was I was stuck on 49 for a long time. I was thinking, am I ever going to get 50 caps? Again, got my knee sorted out. That first one got my knee sorted out. Had a big pre-season and felt sharp again. The other one was kind of probably more of a change of mindset. Okay. Which I'm happy to go into if you want.
Yeah, let's do it.
Please do it.
Because it kind of explains a little bit what I'm doing now.
Yeah, cool.
My change of mindset, I suppose, at that stage.
And what age was this at?
Again, if you're you may just be rough. You have to be.
I think at like 27, 28.
Okay, same age as we are now, I guess.
You two, you're youngsters.
I think we're young. I feel I'm getting old. 27.
So I think at that age I started to look differently at my performance and how I was going about it, and I had to develop ways of maintaining consistent performance because I was up and down week to week, and
now become more of a senior player.
Yeah, exactly. So kind of the way I was approaching what I was doing on the pitch and off the pitch in terms of meetings and video and just general professionalism, I just had to do something different because you can't sort of maximise your potential if you're inconsistent week in, week out. So instead of being passive and being a passenger in an environment like that where you've got leaders like David Humphries, he'd retired by this stage, but you know, senior players were the best. He was only a couple of years older than me, but he was always a guy I looked up to. Instead of being a passenger and being passive in that environment, I had to make a decision to start to lead in that environment and to start to I suppose direct what we're doing or be a part of it or drive it a little bit. And for me that meant owning my own performance and engineering my own performance and not just relying on talent, relying on natural ability and hoping the ball I get the points of the ball and getting opportunities to shine. That happened occasionally when I was younger, and that's fine. You live off those like a few highlights. But then there's the inconsistency that I had to address, and for me it was looking at my performance as a science and looking at it, trying to solve problems really pragmatically, looking at what I was going to be faced with on Saturday, and there'd be a series of problems, and I had to find a series of solutions during the week. So it became solve that problem, solve that problem, solve that problem, and it became a case of the old kind of boxing analogy, the fight, or it's not an analogy, but the boxing saying, the fight's always won. The fight's already won before you enter the ring.
Of course.
So for me, it got to the point where I started to do that really well, and nothing would surprise me on the pitch. Yeah. I knew what hand he was going to carry the ball in. I knew what foot he was going to step off. I knew what we were going to do off those lineouts, those scrums, off free starts. Nothing surprised me. There's nothing really sexy about that, right?
I know, but it has to be done.
But there's consistency of performance that I love. I would far rather, instead of being excited and being on the edge of my seat, I'd far rather, if I'm a coach or a spectator or a supporter of a team, I would rather know that they're going to go out and perform. And I remember there was one day, again, this is very much a Joe Schmidt model, the Ireland coach, that kind of the environment that he created kind of really shaped my thinking on this. We were going to Paris in 2014, and we were sitting at the hotel in Carton House getting a coffee just before we were going to get the flight. And Keith Wood came over with his BBC head on and said, "Well, boys, you all set? Are you ready to go? Or how do you think you'll go in Paris?" And then Owen Redden, who had more exposure to Joe Schmidt and that environment, he said, "Well, we know we're going to play well." I thought that's brilliant, because in the past I was hoping I was going to play well, I was hoping that we would do well, I was hoping that we would get to that level of performance, but he knew, because he'd solved all those problems.
So when you say the word engineering, like, to somebody watching, what does that does that mean? Just analysing games? Does that mean analysing opposition? What does that look like before the game?
It means creating solutions for every problem. So if your problem is that this guy's got good footwork, then you do a drill to address that. If your problem is, it could be something about you as well, it could be, my problem is always my calves cramped at 60 minutes. I can never understand. So I always have to, it could be rational, it could be irrational. That's probably a little bit irrational. I had to get 2 massages on my calves during match week. And if I didn't get them, my calves might not cramp, but I'm thinking that they're going to cramp. So there's something about, if you think you're going to perform better, if you think you've solved more problems, then you're more likely to get to that level of performance.
Did you have any like pre-match rituals or anything, or were you superstitious in any way, or anything like that?
Only until,
did you like touch the thing before you come in? Or
only until.
Quite interesting, because I'm quite interested to see from a big performance. Like,
not really. I tried.
Or did anyone else in the locker room? But carry on for you.
Yeah, I try not to get too bogged down in that, but you would do something for a period of time until it didn't work once. Or until you forgot to do it, and then you still played well, and you went, well,
I didn't need that.
That doesn't work. I'll have to find something else.
And it's interesting, actually, did you find, obviously you've done theology as more or less a high profile Christian, so to speak, did you find that added pressure to being in the Ulster setup? Because you've got exposure kind of nearly on both fronts, and I know kind of being in church what that's like. If you're kind of at the forefront of church or whatever, did you find any pressure that way?
Not really. Again, that was I kind of matured through that process as well.
Because I remember going back to, I was there one time when you were speaking in the Odyssey at like a Christian event, packed with thousands of people, and that's another side to it, I suppose, that came with the whole thing.
I would even, again, that was when I was young, I'd say I was probably a little bit naive. I'd probably look back at that and kind of go, maybe that's not maybe the approach that I would take now, because I find that as you get a little bit older, whenever you get to know people and you know them on a personal level and you've got like a genuine friendship, then any interaction you have about kind of communicating any kind of faith is so much more meaningful than just delivering a message impersonally from the front. Granted, that happens a lot and people get a lot from that, but again, that was kind of how I probably matured as well in terms of.
So Anna, say
part two.
So say we're like probably halfway through your career. Would you say that's around the time you experienced one of the kind of highs of your career, or what would you regard as one of the high or a few high points in your career?
Yeah, so all the high points of my career were probably after I kind of matured in my approach to performance. So they're more recent.
Cool.
So we beat the All Blacks for the first time. Ireland had ever beaten an All Blacks team in Chicago.
That was class,
Incredible.
I was in England when that happened. I got a phone call from my mates. I'm like, I saw the match.
That was
the best thing ever.
That was one of the biggest things for our nation.
What a buzz that was.
So it's just amazing to be involved in an occasion like that. I'll never forget that. I'll never forget the whole build up to the the game that week in Chicago, the Cubs won the World Series. Wasn't a baseball fan, but I certainly was that week.
You're just loving life. You're
Yeah.
like, I don't care.
And the town was buzzing, and then
Uh-huh.
after the parade and all, then it was kind of our turn, you know, and then all the Irish came in. And, it was amazing,
Yeah.
amazing to be part of it. And then after the game, we were just walking around looking at each other, just not even saying anything, just going, what have we done? Amazing to be part of that, because any other achievement along the way, it will be kind of surpassed, or people will win Grand Slams again, or granted, Ireland have never kind of won a World Cup or got to a semi-final of a World Cup, but I'll always be part of the first team to have beaten the All Blacks. You know, kind of really changed the
It's
time.
interesting you have that as one of the highest above the Grand Slams and everything.
See, I never won a Grand Slam though. That's my thing.
Okay.
I won a Six Nations Championship 2014, but it wasn't a Grand Slam.
I see.
So I know, and that's actually a few people have said, because there was 2 Grand Slams, 2009 and 2000, just there.
Yeah.
And so people would kind of assume. So 2009 was too early for me. 2018 was too late.
I mean, you still star in our eyes, don't worry.
Yeah.
That's the main thing. That's the main thing. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm sure, like, I mean, it's because New Zealand culture. It's just a big thing. New Zealand are just the kings of rugby, and
everyone
you
sees them. They
slay
are
them.
up there, the best or whatever team to beat.
Yeah.
So what was that like then for going to the next match? Then after you wouldn't have played for a while after. Or no, that was the last match, wasn't it? Or did you play one?
No, I played.
No, as not you physically, but as in your next match after that match.
After.
So after you won that match, so you play again. Right? You played another as in like
Before you tell me.
as in like in regards to you played that match, you won, you were on a high.
Yeah.
And then the next match you played, you're as a team.
Yeah.
You're probably all like a lot more confident.
Yeah.
But like,
The next game was then New Zealand again.
Yeah.
And everybody forgets that then we got beaten Dublin by New Zealand. So they were like
high and low, high and low, because you were
exactly,
like such a buzz.
They were like a wounded lion.
Yeah, exactly. But everybody kind of looks at that period where we'd beaten South Africa in June before, lost the series, got beat 2-1, but we beat them for the first time there, beat New Zealand for the first time, then we beat Australia 2 weeks later, and in between we got beat by New Zealand at home. So in 6 months we beat South Africa, Australia and New Zealand.
It's amazing.
So although there was still that inconsistency, we got beat twice by South Africa, we got beat by New Zealand, we still had that level of inconsistency, but we knew we could get to that level.
Sure, you can compete. Sure, even now with the ranking 2, Ireland ranked number 2nd in the world.
And now they've kind of
incredible.
combined getting to that level of performance with getting to that level of performance week in, week out.
Yeah, exactly.
And obviously winning that series in Australia.
What rank were Ireland when you started playing for Ireland? They were lower
Couldn't
down.
tell you.
We'll get that fact put on screen.
Because I just think because you jumped them up. That was you.
It was me, yeah.
That was you.
Single-handedly. Here, you're welcome, Ireland.
You've lost a superstar here. He's not even going to come back out of retirement. He might just do Paul Scholes. You fancy that? Come back in retirement, just go again.
I wouldn't have the heart for it.
Would you
Want
ever,
it back?
saying that, would you ever come back into any other form of sport? Would you ever? I know we know all Paul Marshall was playing there the weekend. Rugby.
Torturing you.
Torturing me. I mean, I didn't even have a chance to go 1-on-1. I wanted to, mano a mano. I did actually. There was a high ball, and we're going to get this on there. Can I tag him in? There was the ball going over the top, bounced in the air, and I went to jump up, and then he just shunted me. So
no, he's
professional
streetwise. He's
foul.
very streetwise.
Very streetwise. Fair play, Jim. But would you ever come back into a sport like that again, or a form of sport?
I maybe wouldn't mind getting into coaching at some stage, but I'd like to do something else for a period of time, and then we come back to that.
So talk about something else. What's on the horizon currently? What have you been? Are you allowed to be
Before we do that,
what
can
it
we
is?
just ask one question? We
Yeah.
talked about the highest point of your career.
Okay,
What would you
yes.
regard as one of the lower points?
Okay,
So
so
how did you come back from
that
it?
first dip, whenever I said my age of taking my caps,
Yeah.
I remember sitting, might have been Declan Kidney,
Mhm.
was in charge at the time,
Mhm.
and I never really never played that much under Declan Kidney.
Mhm.
I remember up until that I was the youngster, and I was kind of up and coming and kind of the future, I suppose.
Yeah,
where-
the young star,
Well, yeah, like a young fella who showed a bit of potential anyway.
which came with more responsibility again.
Yeah. So I remember one time it was when my knee was giving me bother, couldn't find a solution for it, couldn't find out what the problem was, and I remember sitting a session out, and I knew I wasn't going to be playing that weekend, and I remember thinking there were maybe 4 guys younger than me in the back line. I remember thinking, oh, I could be in trouble here. It was a bit of a low point. I'm trying to think who they are. Luke Fitzgerald, Rob Carney, maybe Keith Earls. Can't remember. Tommy's older than me.
Just slightly.
Drop that in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was a tough one. Yeah, mentally, like, how would you do? Like, you had obviously coaches and you had people there helping you with that sort of stuff. Is that something you struggled to work on, or was it something that you?
You kind of find solutions yourself, really. There's coaches there and sports psychologists and stuff there, but it's very much every conversation that every player has with a sports psychologist or anybody, it's going to be slightly different, you know, and you're going to be different hang-ups and different needs and different interpret events differently. And
anything specific you could tell?
For me, well, I spoke with Enda McNulty.
Yes.
You know the guy. So he, again, a really rational approach. He created a confidence resume, he called it. And he had it in my phone in my notes. And he said anytime, pre-match any game, what I used to do in the past was look up YouTube clips of Johnny Lumu.
Oh, the big man.
What
a legend.
And I was ready to go
For the John Lumu rugby.
Yeah.
You see the team of John Lumu's just running around.
Yeah. So that's what I used to do, but then I realised, how can I get confidence from that? That's obviously not me.
No.
So Enda said, well, why don't you create what he called the confidence resume, and then you just create in your notes a series of games where you felt like you performed well, or you dominated, or you felt confident out there. And so I made a list of like 6 games recently in the last 12 months before, and anytime for a period of time afterwards, anytime I was just feeling a bit anxious on match day, I just look at that and say, you know, I've done this in the past, there's no reason why I won't do this again.
And from that session you were setting aside to when you played again, you practiced this and that got you through that?
I don't want to force that because I'm not sure exactly if that was that period of time. That was definitely one tool I used on stage to kind of help me to cope with that kind of match day anxiety.
And just as you said, that kind of is the precursor to what you're doing now. Again, so the answer Jason's question.
Yeah, it's back to my question.
Back to
So
Jason's
what are you doing
question.
currently now with your life? This was not even pre-planned.
So I'm working on a piece of technology for team sports. We're trying to, I suppose, streamline communication and operations in team sports to allow individual athletes to thrive and to feel like every problem on match day is solved during the week. So it's that concept of what I was talking about. We're trying to create a piece of technology to harness that concept. So I've been working on that, and obviously I've no background in theology. I did a finance postgrad afterwards, but theology, finance, physics, there's no tech in there. I have no experience, no exposure to tech development or anything like that, so I'm learning an awful lot.
But you're putting all your experiences, which is kind of where you're from, into it.
Exactly, yeah. So I understand what I'm trying to achieve. I just don't know how to achieve it. I don't know how to communicate what I'm doing.
When you first had this idea, how did you find? So you realised I don't have these skills. I need to find somebody with these. Is that what happened?
Yeah, I got lucky with that. There's a guy, Gareth Quinn, who set up Digital DNA.
Yes, of course.
The event every June. I don't know how many years
We've
ago.
twice now.
Been to it twice.
Picked up twice.
That's why we met.
We
at
did,
that.
yeah.
That's
Across a crowded room.
It
was like the eyes met.
Yeah.
Those sort of things.
So he, I met him through the Ireland Funds. I don't know if you have any exposure to the Ireland Funds, but great opportunity to kind of to network, to know, to kind of meet someone like Gareth,
of course,
or for him to meet someone like me.
Yeah, of course, obviously they're around.
So I knew he had tech contacts.
Yeah.
I don't think he's particularly technical himself,
but
he knows I think
knowledge,
and he's very, very good with strategy as well, and he's worked on a couple of startups.
Fantastic.
So anyway, he stepped back from Digital DNA, and he's working with Dawson Andrews a couple of days a week. So anyway, I give him a shout, and my naive, narrow worldview, this is a year and a half ago when I was playing for Ulster, was how do we solve a problem for Ulster? How do we sort out scheduling and planning and organising?
Problems you were experiencing week in and week out, probably.
So I just wanted, how do I solve a problem for me and my teammates that's how narrow my worldview was. And he said, well, what are other teams doing?
Yeah.
Why don't we create a platform? Why don't we scale? Why don't we?
It's literally identical to us. It's like couldn't be
Very
anything more
similar.
similar to what we did.
Exactly, yeah.
Exactly.
How do I find a trainer?
How do I
You
find a
this
trainer?
problem
Yeah,
first
how do I
hand.
find
You
this?
this problem first hand. It's
Yeah.
a very
But that's
similar
what I think that's the
idea.
best thing about companies nowadays. If you go, like, that's another thing I'd say to even people out there, like, if you have a problem or it's something that you think is wrong, well then ask other people and see if they're having the same problem. If they're having the same problem, there could be potential to make a company or make a solution for that. You know, why not just do it?
It's mad how people think though that's how it started.
Yeah,
But you've got a million miles to go.
for sure.
Yeah.
That's just the tip of the iceberg.
Oh, for
Yeah,
sure.
You know,
to get to the point now where we still haven't got a product.
we still haven't
Yeah.
got it.
Yeah.
No, exactly.
I guess even to get to the point where you're just going across the starting line, there's
Yeah.
so much to take place
Planning,
in
the,
between.
and then the team build, like that's what we felt that now you're just building a team, a squad. Like we've now got a squad of like about 100 here. What we feel.
It's that naive that you're talking about. We were the same.
Yeah.
And we were like, we had no clue what it actually took to get something to the stage of launching it.
We still have no clue now anyway, but
Slightly more than we used
to.
to, but that's amazing.
Yeah, so that anyway, so I did a bit of research, asked around the guys, Munster, Leinster, Connacht, made a couple of calls across the water.
Which is only now you're obviously in rugby industry, you're very connected, which
Yeah.
is great.
Yeah, so and even since over the summer and the last couple of months, I've been just doing as much kind of validation as possible
Yeah.
to make sure that this problem with me and maybe Irish rugby is elsewhere, and it's elsewhere not even just in rugby but in other sports. So with that in mind, we set about kind of getting a little bit of funding, trying to build a MVP, and trying to create a bit of a solution.
Do you have a name for it that we can?
Yeah, we're Kairos Sports Tech.
Oh wow.
Kairos.
So we're not
Kairos or Kairos?
Kairos, K-A-I-R-O-S. That's an issue, isn't it?
Oh, okay.
That's a brand flaw.
Yeah,
What is it?
you
We
failed.
actually even say it differently ourselves.
Yeah.
Is it Kairos?
It's
Kairos.
I think Gareth calls it Kairos. I
Kairos?
call it Kairos.
Potato.
Exactly. Anyway, we're not in love with the name.
Okay.
It's a starting point.
Exactly. And if there was ever going to be a good time, it would probably be sooner rather than later to kind of rebrand.
Did you feel the pressure as you were probably literally thinking, right, I'm going to retire a year or two to figure out what's next for me? Was that a pressure?
Yeah, and then this kind of fell at just a handy time
Yeah.
because I think if you were, I know we were at the showcase last week. There's guys.
So I was pitching.
That's
So
right.
Andrew pitching.
Yeah,
you were on
smashing
screen.
it, absolutely smashing it.
Oh, he's a hero.
And not a bother to him.
Nobody can understand a word he says in the Ballymene accent. My is a hero.
This is true. This
And
is
usually
true.
we're putting subtitles on the screen here.
Subtitles.
So there's people quitting their jobs
Yeah.
and going into
There
startups,
are,
and
yeah.
that's brave.
Yeah,
It's
a tough
really
decision to
impressive,
make,
And I think just if it hadn't been so convenient for me, I wonder if I would have been as brave. So
Yeah.
I was getting to the point where it was a perfect time for me to step away from rugby and throw myself into something. If I hadn't given it a chance, then I'd be really frustrated in a few years' time if someone did something similar.
Yeah, that's the thing. Fair play to you though. It's
Yeah.
a tough, as you said, it's a tough thing to do. I mean, especially from your in the background of rugby. You know?
Especially, would you say it's like other rugby players experience that problem about trying to figure out what's next in their career
Yeah.
after they retire?
Absolutely, yeah. I think a lot of guys find it tough. I think mentally it's quite difficult coming away from.
Is it institutionalised
Yeah.
rugby?
Well, because
Exactly,
a lot of people
institutions.
don't do what you did, have the education. You went to actually do university as well,
Yeah,
too, where
see,
people don't.
I did that though because I just kept studying stuff
Yeah.
because I just didn't really know what I wanted to do.
It was smart to do it. It was very smart.
Well, it was, I suppose, ideally I would have known what I was going to do and would have got some experience in that area, but I just wasn't sure. And I knew what I was interested in, so I thought I'll study that and see what it takes me. And I'm definitely better off for it, but it's not a specific skill set that I'm working on now. Definitely, probably makes it a little bit more rounded in general.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, so it's a perfect time for me to kind of give it a real go and see where it takes us.
Cool.
And we're both really excited about it.
Cool.
And so whereabouts are you now? In
So
regards
we-
to MVP. You
So
said?
yeah, we got Techstar proof of concept funding,
Oh, nice.
and we were able to build a couple of features, website, and then run that by a couple of football stakeholders and rugby stakeholders to kind of get validation.
Fantastic.
Off the back of that, we
Your
were
website's on live, isn't it now? Online.
yeah. So
We can get that put up on the screen.
yeah, on Friday.
Well,
Don't.
not.
So we went live at the App Store
Okay.
on Friday.
Oh.
That was a real
Party?
exciting moment.
How did that Friday evening go? Did you just...
See, I was down in Limerick at the
the
conference.
So you partied down there?
Yeah, I was partying with strangers.
Better to party with nobody, eh?
Yeah, exactly. Partying by yourself.
I do all the time.
That's
Private
a
parties.
all the time.
Yeah, so that's exciting. It's
that's awesome.
It's nothing like what the big vision of where we see it going. But it's a starting point, and it's we're solving one problem.
Yeah.
We think we've got probably half a dozen, 6, 7, 8 problems to solve, and we want to do them well. And we just don't want to spread our resources. We want to solve one problem well. And look at medical, massage, rehab, physiotherapy appointments, and just solve that problem for the athletes. So that one area of their plan, that box is ticked, and they're not ready to perform yet.
No.
But they've made their lives easier, and they've solved one problem. And they're, in terms of their approach. For me, my hang up, as I said, would have been massage. I had to get 2 massages on my calves. We've ticked that box. We've sorted that out.
Yeah, fantastic.
And we've got the player kind of ready in that area anyway. And anyway, that we solved that problem, and then we're going to build.
How useful would you say getting the proof of concept grant was and all that?
Reasonably thorough and really healthy as well. Quite a good kind of. A good thing to go through, kind of to ask yourself the difficult questions as any startup should be asked, just to validate that and kind of de-risk that as much as possible.
You're saying you learned a lot, and obviously you did a bit of financial stuff at your master's? Master's? Yeah, so you did that, so obviously a lot of these new skills, you're learning a load of different business skills that you probably wouldn't have previously known about.
Yeah.
That's something that's really...
But there's so many different areas, and between myself and Gareth, we tend to dovetail quite well. So hopefully that combination continues to work.
Fantastic. Brilliant. And then, so what do you see the next sort of 5 years, like maybe it's a hard question to answer, next 5 years of your life, Andy, what would you say?
If everything goes to plan.
If everything goes to plan.
Just go to your golden route.
If everything goes to plan, then we'll be getting ready for an exit.
There you go.
I'll be back.
That's the correct answer.
We'll be back in the podcast in another 5 years.
Yeah.
I'll be back in this seat talking about what I'm doing next.
I think so.
And I'll be just as clueless then.
Similar to us then, that's great.
So we're sort of closing up now. What advice would you give to somebody watching about how to step out on an idea, or how to start a business, or what advice would you give somebody that wants to start something?
I didn't work it out. See, I got very lucky that I ran the idea past a friend, and he had loads of ideas. I suppose maybe him seeing it more objectively, me being on the inside thinking, can we create a solution for this? No idea how to do that. I don't know what it would look like. I don't know even the language when I'm speaking to tech people. So I had so much to learn. I wouldn't have had a clue how to get it off the ground. The legals, the tech, the contact, the funding, everything. I suppose just get as much advice as possible, speak to as many people as possible. One thing I did learn actually, towards the end of the season, I got an opportunity to go to New York for Play Rugby USA, a charity, a very good charity over there, kind of doing some really good work with young people, giving them opportunities, getting them school scholarships and stuff through rugby. So it was perfect for me because rugby's changed me and made me the person I am. I'm very thankful that I've had that upbringing and teamwork, leadership, all that. Character development as well as everything else. So I can totally identify with this charity, and then there was an opportunity to go to New York and spend a few days there. So I went a couple of days early, came back a couple of days late. Got in touch with the Ireland funds when I was out there, and they put me in touch with every kind of interesting, successful Irish businessman in New York. So I met like 5-6 people.
Amazing.
And I didn't even know what I was meeting them for.
No,
that was a real learning for me. You don't need to have a specific conversation to have. You don't need to rehearse. You just go and meet people and see. Especially it's an Irish thing as well.
Of course, you stick together.
Everybody wants to help you. Everybody wants to
stick together.
Look after each other.
You do.
And so from those conversations, still kept in touch with a lot of those guys, and it's been a really useful. I've learned a lot from it. I've learned how everything sits together, how those conversations go, and they've asked some difficult questions of the product that I've had to continually ask. So my big learning is meet as many interesting people as possible, and don't ever say no to something.
Mm-hmm.
So again, still that sports tech conference in Limerick.
Mm-hmm.
It was tricky getting there. I had a wedding to get to on Saturday, so but I really wanted to do it because I knew it'd be out of my comfort zone and I knew I'd learn a lot from it.
Fantastic.
So that's been a little bit of learning for me.
Trying to find the right team. So if you had the problem, you knew what the problem was. So you would say there's a lot of value in actually finding the right person to connect with that has those skills.
Yeah, I mean, maybe I find recently because I'm new to this environment and because I'm wet behind the ears and don't really know what I'm doing. Right? People when I'm meeting
honesty's the best policy.
when I'm meeting Invest in AI guys or TechStart guys or other guys who are experienced in this environment, they create rugby analogies for me. They said it's a little bit like
like a scrum mate.
It's a bit like a scrum, right? So this is what they do, but I'm going to do that back to you. It's a little bit like a director of rugby. I'm a director of rugby, but I don't know anything about defence. I don't know anything about attack. I don't know anything about scrum. I don't know anything about breakdown.
Okay.
So I'm going to. Gareth looks after a lot of that. Tech team looks after a lot of that. And anything else, I just ask people, and I'm, I suppose, humble enough to say I haven't a clue about 2 or 3 different areas. Can you help me?
It's accepting that, as you say, like it's accepting that you're not the king of everything. Like we've said as well.
You're the king of rugby.
You're king of rugby. I come back to the very start of this podcast.
I need to know my strengths, and my strength is I know the environment, I know the culture, I know so much about how that all sits together, and I'm fairly sure, I'm very, very confident that I know the problem and I know the solution.
It's a tough feel from an ego perspective, I think, to accept that though, to accept that you know I'm not this.
Yeah. So that one area, I want to hammer it. I want to really go at it, and I want to really control that. All the other stuff, help.
Each percent it. Awesome. Well, brilliant.
The last wee bit of advice for the young budding rugby players that are looking at a superstar in our midst.
Talk too much tech. Now we're talking rugby.
What advice?
Back to basics.
Yeah, back to
Back to basics. What advice would you give somebody watching that maybe is early in the rugby career?
I mean, you're talking about a youngster here.
What
a youngster? I would say if you're early in your rugby career, I think you're probably thinking about it the wrong way. For me, I learned a lot more from playing tennis, from athletics, from playing golf, meeting as many people as possible, branching out my skill set and just broadening my experience in all areas of sport, and then kind of get good at rugby later on and kind of specify that skill set and make it specific to that environment once you can identify. And for me, I say I identified it, my dad identified it.
Listen to
he told me I was going to be a rugby player, and for a while I did a few other things, but ended up, he was right.
There you go.
Amazing. Well, appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
You can't too far away,
I know, it'll be clumsy, wouldn't it?
Exactly. Well, guys, that's great. Thank you very much, Andrew. So basically, that's the podcast wrapped up for today. We've got like a nice prize giveaway. Andy will be doing a little bit for us after. He doesn't even know this, but we will be doing something after. He's not. Okay, that's great. He's not come back again. So yes, awesome. Thank you very much. Let's wrap it up. Thank you.
Yep.
Cheers. That's done.